in the building. I'm your host, Ryan from the Six, man. You know what it is. We here. We got another big interview with my man Chan Thonson,
Yes, sir.
coming from Quebec, man. You got a big fight coming up, man. I looked at the box rec. I like to check it every now and then. I was like, all right, this is a name I seen before. I seen you
hmm
fight on I think it was Showbox at the time.
Yeah,
Um
2022.
Yeah, you took a dude's O out there, man. I forget his name, but they was like, he's undefeated. They kept bringing that up, and I was like, yo, shout out to you, man. But
Yeah,
how's everything
definitely.
going, bro?
So far, so great. Honestly, it's funny that you mentioned that specific fight. I have to say that in terms of like camp wise and just like how life's playing out and how everything is going. I'm
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
same spirit as the Showtime. You know what I mean? As that
Wow.
Showtime preparation, that Showtime like focus, just everything that's been going on with everything that's been happening around me, and just being back home after so many years. But
Right.
things are challenging, but the energy is the same energy that I felt going for that Showtime fight.
And you're kind of in the same type of situation. Like it's
Yeah, yeah,
obviously
yeah.
you the B
Sure.
side, and Louis Santana. He's obviously the favorite. But like I
He's for
said,
he
man,
yeah, it's his promotion, and he's from
yeah.
he's we're both from the city. Like I know, dude. But
Okay.
for me, it's like this is a fight a lot of people are definitely going to want to see, and I feel like not to discredit him. It's not so much to see, um, like I mean, it is a big local fight, but people want to see me.
Yeah.
Those who know. Those who kind of know want to see, and those who don't know will be surprised because my first three fights were in my city. Then the
Right.
first three fights were in my country, but outside my city, and then the rest of
Oh,
them,
okay.
I had to go get it over there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
there's only a now that I've been back, like my name is known around the boxing world. But after that Showtime fight, that's when the respect was on my name in my own
Right.
city. But I had to, like I said, I had to go out and get it. But now I'm gonna show that it's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is
Bring it
kind of
right
like
back. Bring it
right,
right back.
exactly. For me, this one is like you guys know where I've been. I've been like I said, America and Canada are night and day. There's a handful of guys out here that are from Canada,
Mhm.
like born from Canada, that are actually doing their thing. But
Right.
boxing in America and boxing in Canada is night and day. And I
Yeah.
experienced that and I've seen that. And there's fighters here that would that work to me that can tell you that it's like okay, like obviously he brings more to the table than just guys that are staying over here. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
No, that's a
that's what I'm
fact.
gonna show. That's what I'm gonna show on over there. That's like I can. This is mine. Like this is like I'm like underdog or not, B side or not. But this is like this is
Yeah.
my city. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. Nah,
For
that's gonna
sure.
be a good fight. That's
For sure.
definitely the one that I
Nah,
saw on
listen,
the
listen,
card,
listen,
bro.
listen. I gotta correct you so we can stay on the same page. It's not gonna be a good fight. I'm gonna have a great performance.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
that's good, bro. I'm glad you're back in that space, because
Trust me.
this business boxing could be tough on the fighters, man. But yeah,
It is.
what got you in it, man? Like, I know you're born in Quebec, and boxing is big out there, but
Yeah.
still.
It's weird. Like, first things first, I just want to say shout out to my promoter Cedric Baza, who's all in Atlanta, because he had to sign off for this fight and he did, and he's
Nice.
definitely rooting for me too. So I just want to say shout out to him. Shout out to all of my friends. Um, Street boxing. This is my coach. This is the gym that he's been helping me a lot. He's been I can't even tell you what he's been for me for this fight, but he's been helping me a lot. And just shout out to my family, all of my friends, everyone who's been supporting me and in every kind of way. Like this, like I said, it's like the city's on my back for this one. Like all of my people,
Yeah.
like we're taking it over. But
Nice, nice.
as regards to your question, it's like what got me into boxing, like it's like I always wanted to do. Bruce Lee was a big idol of mine in the past. I liked. I always liked the concept of a warrior, a man being able to um, take care of himself in any situation, especially physically.
Mhm.
And that led me into wanting to do like martial arts and go to the UFC originally. So my plan was like, okay, I'm going to do 2 years in boxing, 2 years of this, and 2 years of that, and then go to the
Right.
UFC. And when I started boxing, it was like one of my old coaches from the city actually said to me, he was a veteran in the game, and he said to me that you can learn something every day in boxing after 20 years and you'll still be learning. And true to what he said is the truth, you know?
Hmm.
And after my first amateur fight, you know, God spoke to me and said to me, like, this is how you're gonna do it, what you want to do. Because my dream ultimately, you know, it's more refined now where I could like articulate it better. But at that time, my dream was like, I want to be a hero, someone who inspires, you know, like Muhammad Ali, like he was a significant individual, you know, who people looked up to. And I always wanted to conduct myself in that manner and be a symbol of hope. And as when I say my idea of myself has been refined, it's more like I'm a servant of God. You know what I'm saying? That's what it turned into, and I'm spreading His message. You know, and He's the one who's giving me the strength, giving me opening the doors, being with me in like you said, this series, this sport's rough. You know, to personally, I don't even recommend anyone boxing and competing in terms of like a professional unless you have all the right elements behind you, you know.
Yeah.
But the one element that you definitely need is God, you know, because He can open all kinds of doors. So, you know, Him being the center of my life at this particular time in my life, um, it's like I want to spread His I want to spread His word. You know, He can give more than any than anyone than you're more the more than you can receive. You know, He's the answer to all things. So for
Yeah.
me, it's like use this platform to do what I have to do, be an example of His grace. You know how I conduct myself, and spread His word.
Nice, nice, man. So what was your experience like? Because like you said, you moved to America to train and fight.
Right.
Do you think that that growth away from the country, from your whole scene, helped you build faster?
Well, absolutely. Like, like at the shout out to Chris Johnson, for what it was when we were together, because he himself was a Canadian fighter who boxed a lot in America. So his teachings were very similar. He understood the game different, And when I went to America, it's like everyone understands the game for the most part in that way, not just the coaches, but where they all like just each coach has something like differently to offer, but they understand, boxing. And so the sparring over there is all the level in Vegas. I boxed in Miami, Florida, Lauderdale, and Vegas, and everywhere was hard. Everywhere was hard. Everyone was hungry. Everyone was serious. And Vegas, though, I would say the pool is more potent. Like there's a lot of fighters in there. I think Floyd had a lot to do with that. But I've sparred world champions, sparred prospects, everyone that you're in the gym, and like if there's 30 guys in the gym, 15 of them are like top five.
Yeah.
The rest of them are literally on their way up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you never know who's walking in the gym, and just being ready to fight. You know what I mean? To fight and to put your skills to the test. It really, really sharpens you. There's no room for, well, I know who's at the gym or I know who's in the city. So me showing up at the gym at 50% is okay. It's like I learned that over there. You know what I mean? For me, it's like I can't coast. It's like you stay sharp. It's a lifestyle. That's what I really, really learned. And again, like I said, being in the ring with the levels, the seeing the knowledge, what I mean, the know-how behind the boxing, you know what I mean, the tricks,
Right.
the fine things, the fine things. Boxing in America is like the filet mignon of boxing,
Yep. Yep.
yeah,
Nah,
trust
I
me.
agree, bro. Like it's the details that count when you get to a certain level, bro.
Trust me. Exactly. What do you got? I box. Like I boxed guys in America, and it's like box guys in Canada. What gives me? I felt like give me my age over some guys in Canada. It's not like after the first 3 rounds of some guys, it's good. I mean, regardless, everyone gives me good work. I'm not sleeping on no one. I'm not saying that. Everyone gives me good work. I've had that mindset sometimes come back here and it's like I get caught with a good shot. It's like, if someone's throwing punches at you, you gotta be aware. But when you're,
Yeah.
you're doing like, you're boxing for many rounds and this person is only coming at you one way, even if they have their speed, like everything is like in boxing, it's like in America, everything's always like keeps you thinking, keeps you thinking. They're keeping you thinking, keeping you sharp, which is the way it's supposed to be. Where over here, sometimes I've had work where it was just like, if this is all you got,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
we got another 6 more rounds, so
Yep.
6 7 more rounds, so it's gonna be trouble for you. I promise you. You know.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Yeah,
So you're
serious.
coming in with that edge then, like, you just feel like you got a little bit more seasoned in
Absolutely. Yeah,
Santana.
he's knowing me outside my seat. Like, they all saw the Showtime fight or they heard about it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So for me, it's more like I believe he will be the best he's ever been for me. You know what I mean?
okay.
And I'm the best I've ever been. You know what I mean? I made that mistake once by celebrating too early, and that cost me my first loss. You know, so I'm definitely gonna be my best bet, the best I've ever been. But um, it's like you're gonna have to show me though, in terms of skill wise and thinking wise, that I'm when I know the audience, when people watch it from how it starts, they're gonna
Yeah.
see the difference. They're gonna see the difference. And like, oh, okay, yeah, he's doing good, but you see what he's doing.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt, and, yeah, Santana, he's gonna have his hands full for sure, for sure. But,
Trust me.
you also got, like, a twin brother, man, who boxes as well, like,
Yeah,
how
yeah,
is
yeah.
that with you guys training? Like, do you guys spar with each other?
I mean, like, he hanged him up. You know, after his fight in 2024, he came back home and he decided to. He has a daughter. You know, and this
Oh,
sport requires
okay,
a lot of
yep,
sacrifice. So he decided to do the selfless thing at this particular point after so many
right,
years, and give his time and dedicate his time to his daughter. She started high school and everything too. So just be home more with the family as a helping hand. But he's definitely in my corner. He's gonna be in my corner fight night. You know what I mean?
nice,
So his ear, he was first to step into deep waters. Even though I started boxing before him, he was first to
yeah,
like make his way into America and live there on his own. And he did things that uh the things he did allowed me to. He opened doors for me too, so he understands the game in that regard as well. So come fight night, him being in my corner is going to be very, very, like, another asset to what I'm bringing to the table.
that's awesome, man, that's awesome,
Trust
man.
me.
So, when you got back home, was you trying to get a fight home, or were you just coming home to like, okay, maybe I need to be home for a couple months before I go back out
Well,
and get back on the
I
road?
can't lie, to be honest. Like, uh financial circumstances is what made me make the decision to stay home. But I
Yeah,
knew, like, me working with my coach Michael Mazzulla, out here. We're sparring around the city, so word is getting out that I'm back. Because I was getting messages. People were saying, "Oh, you're in the city. Do you want to fight?" I'm like,
yeah,
hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. I don't even know where I might be going back, or like, I haven't even fully made up my decision right now. So
right.
when they offered me the fight, in my mind, it was like, listen, like I said, I had to go get it out my city to be recognized by my city. So if you guys want me to fight whoever from here, there's no problem. But what is in it for me in a sense? So, you know, they put the title of the NABF on the line for this. So I was like, okay, that's something I'm trying to get back to my spot in the top 15.
Mhm.
I was in the top five, I was top three
Yeah.
before I took my first loss. So if you guys are putting that on the table, then that's something worth me looking into. So I ran over with my promoter. He signed off on it, and here we are.
Nice, nice, man, and, shout out to Cedric because I feel like you've been with him for a while, man, and,
Yeah,
he's
we've been
still
together for a while. Been
yeah,
together for a
he's
while. Been a journey still.
yeah, he's been
Been a
doing you
journey.
well, like, I'm
Yeah.
happy, man. So how did that relationship kick off with you and Cedric?
Well, originally, like, him and Chris used to box. Uh, like, they were stablemates back in the day. And when I was, I think 2021, I was trying to figure things out with myself out here. But that's what was good about having a twin, because my brother had already branched off to Chris in Jamaica, and then they came back to Toronto together. And then my brother was like, "Yo, we got, like, motion over here. Like, come see what we're doing." So when I went with Chris and them guys in Toronto, we kind of had like a show and tell all the way in Miami for Cedric to see
Nice.
us. And we all did our thing out there, and he liked what he saw. You know, I mean, everyone, he liked what he saw with me, between me and my brother. And it just been pretty well at since then. You know what I mean? Like I said, we took a small hike in 2024. You know what I mean? Like, There's a lot of turbulence. We took a lot of hit, but we're about to be right back on the board though, for
Nah,
sure.
that's good, man. That's good. I'm glad he signed off on this fight because, like you said, the NABF is on the line. So
Right.
if you win, it puts you back in the top 15.
When I win it, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, after that, I'm sure you want to start climbing the ranks again.
Exactly.
Is
Like
this
that's what I
what
said.
you
Me
want to
fighting
do?
back here, it was like
Hmm.
this ain't gonna be one of them. Like, oh, he won, and who else do we got from over here? Because trust me, yesterday's price ain't today's price.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
for me to do here, it's like there's always gonna have to be something. If it's not like the where I am in my career right now, and where I am even in life, it's like there always gonna have to be something on the table for me.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on the undercard of a big show in America, and it's like that's gonna put me here, put me in a great position in terms of like, wow, just the stage alone is worth taking the fight. Or
Hmm.
it's like the paper's right, or it's like, what does this fight make? What step does this fight bring me to? And if they can do it in Montreal, well then bless. But if not, then I'm fine going outwhere because
Yeah.
outside because my promoter's from America anyways, and we America's we want to be in boxing. That's why everyone
Right.
across the sea comes over to America. So to get a win in America, I mean, this is live on the zone, so I ain't taking nothing away from it. Shout out to I the Tiger too. They're
Yeah.
doing their things. They're doing their thing. You know what I mean? But I'm here to interrupt that to
Yeah.
get what's mine because this is my city. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get what's mine and keep it pushing.
Man, this is a big opportunity because like, I didn't know
Trust me.
Luis Santana was rated so high, but I mean, I also look at another Canadian guy like Lucas Body, man. Is that somebody
My
you
guy
looking at
too.
down
Shout
the
out to
line?
him. Me and Lucas, we sparred many rounds together and we had many conversations. He's a real solid dude. First things first. Take my hat off to him. He's doing his thing. You know what I mean? I just before right after he won, I took my first loss. I was like, damn, I was trying to keep the ball rolling for the Canadians in a sense. I
Mhm.
was fighting for the WBA gold. I would have been world champion. But
Yeah.
my God took me in a different way to bring me back to where he needs to bring me. But shout out to Lucas. And me and him already know, like, a fight between me and him, I don't really believe that it will happen in the sense where it's like, oh, you guys fight and just for the sake of the fans. Like if we would both have to be at the end of our career to just fight for no reason for the sake of the fans. But between
Mhm.
me and him, we understand that when me and him meet, it's either going to be for like there's a title eliminator or one of us is defending the world title.
World
You
title,
know what I
right?
mean? For a world title,
Yeah.
and then that will be a nice big Canadian fight. As far as that, I wish him well, and he's doing his thing. So I'm proud of him. Shout out to
Nah,
him.
that's awesome, man. Has I the Tiger ever reached out to you about co-promotionals or anything like
I
that?
one time they reached out one time, but it's like again at that time what they were offering. It's like I was making that off of like the smallest thing that I'm doing over in
Yeah.
America. I'm
Right.
getting that. So you're trying to tell me to do this for this. You know what I'm saying? Where it's
Yeah.
like I'm getting all of that for nothing over there. So, but now, like I said, the title's on the line, everything's on the line. It's like, okay, obviously you guys seems like you want to put your man in position, but you're valuing the fact that like who I am too. So I'm gonna come take that.
Right, right. What about Zuffa Boxing, man? I know they've been reaching out to a lot of people. I
Yeah, I
feel
see
like
that.
you kind of a perfect guy that would fit that bill, man. Have
hmm
you ever heard anything from them or your team heard anything from Zuffa Boxing?
Um, no, it's been brought to my attention. Like I have a someone who's speaking to me about certain things about it, and it's not that I'm not interested in it because, like I
Right.
said, right at this particular time, it's like paper talks. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
But
fact.
one thing that I don't like though, like on my shorts, I'm gonna have my logo, my brand,
Yeah.
like everything that I've been going through is what I'm bringing to in the ring.
Right.
Zuffa boxing is so new in this ancient sport that we're all in, right? So for them to come in and tell fighters that their identity no longer matters, that they have to wear the logo and the shorts of what they provide. It's like I mean, what I mean, people got to eat, so I ain't knocking on to go get it. But there's so much. like the origin of boxing, the history of boxing, the history of some of these belts, the stories of some of these guys.
Hmm.
It's not just yo sign this and you do what I tell you to do from this particular point on. It's like a lot of what the world doesn't understand about boxing is that a guy from Mexico sleeping in nothing can become world champion. A guy from
Exactly.
Africa all the way can come become world champion,
Yep.
right? With this, you take away that opportunity. Second, um, it's like the amount of and like I said, the money that's you're not gonna be able to make as much money. I mean, you're probably making this probably decent money, but
Hmm.
ultimately everything goes to the league owner. Boxing
Right.
was like a sport that is like there's control. There's a lot of control in this chaotic sport where it's like there's no league, but anyone can make it. There's a beauty to that. Like the only what someone will tell you say like the only order is no order. Boxing
Yep.
has that.
That's
You
what it
know,
is.
you
Yep.
can't. And it's like it's a beautiful thing. Trust me. There's just times where I've been in situations like through my down times. Like when I first started boxing as a professional, my first 6 fights was in 4 years. Like even for me too, I'm 34 years old. In the eyes of the world, he's out. I
Yeah.
know what God's doing with me, and I know and I trust the Lord. But all this to say is that it gives me that it's like that's a story. You know what I'm saying for boxers. But if
Nah,
you have
that's
to go
true.
through, you have to go through a league, and you have to go through this, and you have to go through that, and this person, he tells you that you can't represent your, your dead coach who taught you everything you knew. You got to just wear this. It's like really is it? It's like integrity doesn't have a price, and the moment you put a price on it, you lost it.
Hmm.
And that's what I feel. Where it's just like I don't know.
Nah,
I'm
that's
not with
true,
that.
man. I didn't
Boxing's
really
an
like that
expression.
either. I didn't like
Yeah,
that they did that, but I guess they trying to make it commercialized. So I kind of get it in that sense. They add
yeah,
an order, but yo, man, I mean, some
but it's
guys like you
dangerous
said,
though.
if they gotta
People
go
can't
eat,
be. People
they
can't
gotta
always
go
be
eat.
fighting strong fights in boxing. When an MMA fighter fights, and if he gets choked out, right?
Yeah,
After he
yeah.
gets choked out, he could fight tomorrow after he got choked out.
Oh, they don't have suspensions? That's
I
crazy.
mean, maybe they do, but I'm saying in terms of his capability, as long
Yeah,
if
yeah,
he got
yeah, yeah.
choked out and all he did was get choked out in 10 seconds, he's still fresh.
Yeah, I see what
A
you're saying.
fighter, even after you win your fight, right? You're suspended after 10, you go 10 rounds regardless.
Right,
And
exactly.
then, you know how much rounds a fighter spars in 2 months, maybe
That's
sometimes 3 months,
yep.
just for that 10 rounds. And when you spar, you're not sparring guys who are just you're sparring other top prospects, other guys that are top five, other world champions to make sure that you're ready for this.
Mhm.
Just to make sure you're ready for this. You got to see you can't spar mediocre and then expect to be excellent against someone who's excellent. You got
Right.
to get excellent work to be ready for excellent work. MMA fighters, there's so much, there's ground game, kicking, doing. They're not only doing boxing for their camp. They sometimes they do jujitsu, sometimes they do this, and it's not full blown sparring. People get knocked
Mhm.
out in the gym. I'm not taking. Listen, I'm not taking nothing away from MMA fighters. And I'm not saying it's not hard. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying the mastery of boxing requires a lot. If a guy from Zufa has a big fight, and he gets knocked out hard after a
Yeah.
10 round war, is he ready to fight in 3 months?
I
Earl
don't
Spence took
know.
that
They
one loss
gotta
and took off 2 3 years.
yeah, they gotta figure that out still.
It don't work. But Earl Spence can come back because boxing, there's no gate. You
Yeah.
understand? It's like a warrior island. If you want to stay on it, you can stay on it. If you want to leave, you can leave. But if you're in Zoof and you tell them, yo, listen, my body still hasn't recovered from that last fight, what are they gonna tell you?
You
Nah,
gotta
you're
fight.
fighting or you're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
Now
that's
what?
true. That's
Come
true,
on.
man.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, that's crazy though. I never thought of it that way. But yeah, man. So what are some things you doing outside of boxing that obviously you got your Bible study that you do, but
Right?
what else you wanna
Right.
tell us about that my man Chan be doing with his off time
Honestly,
when he not talking about boxing?
it's crazy because it's either it's God or boxing. and
Yeah.
my family members will tell you that. I talk about God a little bit more, but um, honestly, it's like just helping out. You know, my boy Michael Mazula Street Boxing, who's coaching me for this fight. You know, I
Yeah.
be at his class sometimes. You know, giving back, teaching. I'm a teacher. You know what I mean? I love to teach. You know, in any aspect that I can. You know what I mean? Help younger kids, tell them about the journey, let them know like what they're getting into if they think or believe that they really want to get into this, you know, giving back in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? Just doing good for my community. Me and my friend, like, not to toot my own horn to say this, but you know, my friend who is my coach who hosts the Bible studies, you know,
Yeah.
occasionally we give food to the homeless, you know, and we just give back to the
Nice.
community as well. So we do what we can, you know, and I'm just a part of you know what he's doing, and whatever I can do on my own too, I do it. You know, so I
Yeah,
like to,
man.
like I said, just give back. You know, do the work. You know, do the work. You could be a world champion without having to box. I always tell people you could be a champion in your own right.
Yeah, man. We need more champions in our communities. People just getting out there
Exactly.
doing things.
Exactly.
Sorry, what was that boxing club again? Street boxing?
Street boxing, yes, and you see the cross
Yeah.
as
Make sure y'all check that out if y'all in the Montreal area.
yeah.
Speaking of
Also,
that,
shout out to Montreal Masso Therapy. You know,
okay.
a woman named Audrey Fagan. She's been sponsoring me with massages, you know, weekly to keep me, you know. And then there's another woman who, great chef, you know, gold mine. She runs a business and best food. You know what I mean? It's best food. She does more of a seasonal thing, but she's getting open to. She's starting to do more like throughout the year. But you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
search up gold mine if you're in the Ontario Montreal area. It's perfect. And again, Shaw Street Boxing and AGF Auto AGF. There's another sponsor of mine who helped me and support me throughout this training camp. So shout out to them too.
Okay, that's what's up, man.
Trust
I'm
me.
glad you're getting that support though. It's
For
much
sure, for
needed.
sure.
It's good to see you back home, brother. I mean, I know
I'm
you was
telling
out
you,
there a lot, brother.
I was
Who's
gone.
probably the most famous person you spar with? 'Cause you was in Vegas for a minute.
Well, I sparred Adrian Broner. I
Okay,
sparred Shushu Carrington before he became world champion, but
nice.
he's one of the in Vegas, he's one of the most remarkable fighters that I've ever met,
Nice.
honestly, and not just in the ring, but characteristic too. You know,
As a
like
person. Yeah.
yeah, as a person, but it reflects in his skill too. Though, like it's when I saw before he became world champion, I heard the commentaries talking about him, and they were saying like the guy that's fighting him needs to pressure him. I said, yo. First things first, Shushu, I'm telling you right now, anyone who thinks that they can come forward, if you're a come forward fighter, your chances are I don't think you have a chance to beat him. And I'm not saying a guy
Yeah.
who's a boxer, a slick boxer could do it, but a slick boxer might find the angle or the position where they could find themselves to be a little bit successful, more successful. And that doesn't mean they're going to get around Shushu because he's incredibly smart and sound in his boxing. But a come forward fighter, to me, it's like I don't care what type of come forward fighter you are against him, you're probably getting put to sleep, as you saw. You know what I mean? So he's a great
Yeah.
fighter. I sparred Regis Progress. Um, who else did I spar? You know, I worked with Carmel over there. Uh, a few top guys. You know, a few top guys. I forget why am I forgetting the Michael Rivera. You know, he
Oh yeah,
lost.
Michelle
Yeah,
Rivera.
Michael
Yeah, yeah.
Rivera. You know, good man of God too. Shout out to him. And shout out to my coach over there too, Coach Otis. You know, I gotta give him respect. He was really, really, he's something special, you know, over there. And another fighter who I worked with, named uh what am I forgetting his name? Kevin Johnson. You know, Kevin
Okay.
Johnson. Kevin
Yeah, I
Johnson.
heard of Kevin Johnson. I heard
Yeah,
he the
he's
sparring king over there. I hear he be giving
yeah. You
people
know,
real work.
real work. Trust me, and I've seen him not just in there with me, but when I see like guys from around the world show up randomly, and he's the one dealing with them. You know, like
Yeah.
his mind in the sport of boxing. If he ever decided to coach, he would be a phenomenal coach. You know,
Okay.
and just I got to shout him out. Um, Shout out to Joseph Brown
Shout out to
and
Joseph Brown for real, bro.
the whole
The
family,
kid's
you know,
special,
his
man.
younger brother Isaiah and his father Martin. Shout out to them, and I'm telling you, like their father Martin, he's doing something special with his boys, and you know they keep God, they're God fearing, and But as of right now, like I always say it, like Joseph, this kid is like, if you forget just Canadian boxing or boxing, like I'm talking about combat sports, period. Combat sports, period. Like it's well, like mark my words, the moment some serious light shines on him, the moment like because he's already doing his thing, but I'm
Yeah,
talking about the moment like he actually hits a big stage and light really gets put on him, the world's gonna know like that this is the future.
nah, no
Fighting,
doubt, man.
period. I'm
That
telling
kid,
you.
that kid
Shout
could
out to
box,
him.
man.
I learned a lot from working with him in the past when he was a little bit younger. And you know, you said this teacher becomes a student. It's like, and he taught me a lot as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like he's amazing. You know, so when I think about sometimes things, when you think about like doing things, when you know you're watching boxing, a lot. There's been a lot of times in my life where I know it's right because I'm thinking about how he did it, and when I did it like
Mhm.
that, that's when I know it was right. You know what I mean? Like shout out to the
Yeah.
whole Brown family. God bless all of them.
Yes. Shout out to Martin Brown, man. He usually supports me in
Yeah,
what I do. And yeah,
nice.
like you said, a good guy, man. Great guy.
Yeah,
All guy. And same with Joseph. Good kid, man. Bright kid. Taking his time like he's supposed to. And
right,
yeah. Like you said, bro,
right.
when that light gets on him, it's they gonna know. They
I'm
gonna
telling you,
know.
like, yeah, I'm telling you, they gonna know for real.
But yeah, man, I'm gonna let you get up out of here. Man, I appreciate you for coming out,
And I
bro. This was an
appreciate you
awesome.
too, bro. Honestly, like, you know, definitely it's not gonna be the last. Like, you know, as my career grows, continue to grow, like I'll be back on after I get this W, you know what I mean? So we can play
Exactly.
back the clip to say, you know, what I said there.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody
So
everybody gotta get their betting slips in now, man, before the lines
trust me.
move.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. Cause speaking about that serious light, like God's doing his thing with me. I'm telling you. So it's my
Yeah,
time
man.
now.
April 9th on the zone. You guys check it out.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the Osis Iglesias card that's gonna be on the zone. My
I'm
man
honored. I'm
Chan's gonna be
honored.
fighting against Luis Santana
Yes,
and for
sir.
the NABF title at 135. That's gonna be a good fight, good matchup. Man, when I saw that, bro, I'm like, I had to reach out to you. I saw that, I'm like, yo, I gotta reach out
Much
to Chan.
appreciated, brother.
I
Much
just got a
appreciated.
feeling, yeah, we gonna see something like I saw on Showbox that night.
Trust me. Yo, trust me. Tune in, brother. Tune in.
Yeah, man. But yo, let the people know where they can find you so they can follow you on
Well, oh yeah,
social
so it's live
medias
on
and
the
everything.
zone. Live on the zone. Also, it's gonna be on a website called like this is the Eye of Tiger website, Punching Grace.
Oh,
So
okay.
you'll be able to pay like think $30, no more than $40, and you'll be able to watch it. And not only will you, I think you have it for like a month once you pay that money, that price. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
you'll be able to catch on the live stream as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But
Yes,
yeah, I
sir.
appreciate you, brother. I'm gonna let you
Yes,
go,
sir.
man.
Thanks,
And
bro.
we'll talk to you when you get that dub.
Most definitely.
All
Thank you.
right, man. Peace.
Bye.